Welcome to NHL Hockey News Report, and today we have a special video. Every month I usually do this type of video, a career of a player, and today we're talking about a career of Vincent Damphousse. Before I have done videos, usually every month I usually do one, sometimes twice a month, but usually I've been doing once a month. I know it's not February yet, until Friday, but hey, I'll put one out. I thought it would be a good idea. Not much news in the NHL right now. Just why not, right? So this is what I have. We have the career of Vincent Damphousse. Many have known him as a Montreal Canadian. Many of you probably clicked on the video like, oh look, Vincent Damphousse being a Montreal Canadian. Or, well, he was drafted, what do I think? Maple Leafs, many people don't think Oilers been there for a year. Sharks later for Sharks fans there too. On his later of his years, maybe not as good as he was when he was in his prime with the Maple Leafs and the Canadians. We'll talk about that. Here we go. So I'm pulling up right now. Right here. So. Here we go. I want NHL.com. NHL.com. NHL.co. Yes. That's what I want. There we go. I have it right here. Here we go. Now I can write it in. So. One sec, everyone. Vincent Damphousse. Here we go. He was born in Montreal, so he was able to play for the Canadians too. We'll look at his info, just to take a look at his info as I wrote down here. He is a former NHL player, so he was a center, height 6'1", games played. No. What did I put for that? What is that? Games played, yes. 1,000. Sorry, that's horrible. 1,378. Sorry about that. He played more than 1,000 games. That's a milestone right there. If you play over 1,000 games, usually players play. If you're a pretty good player, play over 1,000 games. Some play more than that. Some play 1,500. Some just play less. Some just get to 990 like Markov and just can't. He just never got back to the NHL. But look how many goals: 432 goals, assists 773. Points 1,205. It almost matches up with his game totals. By 100, it's off. If you look here, just by a little, it's off. And then his plus and minus was a 7 in career totals, because some of it is like -8 in the beginning with Toronto, then +2, -8, +2, -31, +10. The highest I think I've seen was a +15, then a +5, then -6. +4, -7. It changes a lot, so I think I added up. It became +7 on that one. Now let's get into his best year. His best year was 1989 to 1990, with 1990 was with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that was 94 points. Another time he had the best year was also in 1995, 1996, and that was also same points. So thought why not put it out there, and that was actually with Montreal. So let me have to write that down. That's very interesting. Here that this one was with Toronto, and this one was with Montreal. So he played well in Toronto, and then you can see that he got traded 1990 to 1991 season to the Oilers because he had 47 points in 78 games. Then he goes to the Oilers and plays one whole season with the Oilers in 1991 and 1992. And 89 points. Sorry. He has 73 points in 79 games. Then Toronto trades him to the Oilers, and the Oilers pick him up, and he had 89 points in 80 games, 38 goals, 51 assists with 89 points, and a plus 10 after having a minus 31 the previous year with Toronto. That might be mostly why they traded him to the Oilers, but he not stay with the Oilers as long. Oilers fans might not remember that they did not keep him for long, and so then he went on with Montreal. Montreal is mostly his career, I gotta say, basically his career of his accomplishments and everything. 1992 comes to the Montreal Canadiens, gets traded there, and stays already to 1999. Before we get into that, as soon as he comes into 1992, he comes his first year in Montreal. They win the Stanley Cup in 1992 to 1993. Stanley Cup right here. His stats are, and when he won that year, that playoffs in the Stanley Cup, he played 20 games in the playoffs, 11 goals, 12 assists, 23 points, and a plus 8. So you can see here, he had over a point a game for the playoffs. So he was that guy that really brought them to that final, with the Stanley Cup. And you can see that because he was not just the only one. You had Chris Muller, then you had, different one, Patrick Roy, and he was one of the key pieces. People don't think of that, but he is one of the key pieces of Montreal winning that Stanley Cup in '93. Of course, the only award that he ever had was the Stanley Cup in '93 with the Montreal Canadiens. And then you go on here we have the Sharks. So after 1990, wait a second, I didn't write this right, didn't I? But actually, yes, I did. He got traded at the deadline here because he was 1999. Wait. Yes, he did get traded at the deadline, March 1st there, to the Sharks. And the Sharks took him from 1998 to 1999. That last half, or 25% of that season, he went to, 25% of that season, to the Sharks. And the Sharks went from 1998 to 2004. Who won in 2004 the Stanley Cup? Does anyone remember? The Tampa Bay Lightning for Stanley Cup against Calgary Flames with Kipasov, Ginla, and all that. And then Lightning with St. Louis, Rennie McCavalli, Dave Andchuk, all those guys too. But that's just a side note. That's not even part of this. I don't know why I went into that. But that's the year he retired in 2002 to 3. In 82 games, that last year he put 12 goals, 29 assists, 41 points in 82 games there. He had a pretty well career, getting at least one Stanley Cup was his career. Of course, I said he did not have any of the awards like Ted Lindsay or Hart or Maurice Richard or one of those. He did not have one of those years, but he was that guy who helped you, like what he did to the Montreal Canadiens to get to that final. I did not say this, I forgot kind of to talk about this, but he was drafted first round. He was a 6th pick, so that means 6th pick. In the first round means he is 6 overall in that, 1986. I'm sorry. So, 1986. So, when he first started in 1986, so you can see right here, as soon as he got drafted that year, after he gets drafted, boom, plays for the Maple Leafs that current year. And you can see that by 1986, and he puts 46 points in 80 games. So you can see, hey, look at that, man. He played well, didn't he ever? So he never got like the catalog or anything at all there. But Give me 1 sec. What's also... That is basically it for this video, I gotta say. We really recapped his career right here. But the teams he played for him, a little recap here. Let's talk about recap here. Remember, he's a center. He played over 1,000. He played 1,378 games, over 400 goals, over 700 over 700 assists, over 1,000 points, and he was a +7. He went to the Stanley Cup stats. Winning 1993 with Montreal. 2 best years, one in Toronto, one in Montreal. Both with 94 points. Damphousse, Vincent Damphousse played for the Maple Leafs, Oilers, Canadian Sharks, and the most he was really well known for was being with the Canadians. Of course, always with the Oilers too. I mean, Maple Leafs, not much with the Oilers. It's only 1 year, like you don't really know much too with that, but a little with the Sharks and his later career. Not as much because, you know, you get older and you can't play as well, right? And then he was drafted first round, 6 picks, 6 overall in 1986. After getting drafted in 1986, that current year, plays in the NHL, and he gets 46 points, 21 goals, 25 assists, 80 games. He plays it right out of the draft. Was his NHL debut game. So thank you for watching this NHL News Report. I hope I can see you in the next video. Hopefully you can subscribe, comment, share, and like the video. Ding, hit the bell, comment, share, and see you in the next video. This is NHL News Report.